Hello there, and today I'm going to be ranking every single kingdom in Super Mario Odyssey. I'm also including Darker Side and Dark Side just because, I feel like them. They feel like kingdoms, okay? And also this is my list. Without further ado, let's go. At number 17, I got Dark Side. Now, this stage is cool aesthetic-wise. Like, there's some fruits over here. There's not really much to do on it. But the big attraction is the boss fight. You basically fight the rabbits again, even their final boss. Other than that, there's not really much to do on the stage. Like, it's just boring. I will admit though, the backgrounds look cool. At number 16, I got Cloud Kingdom. Wow, what a surprise, another boss stage. Now, there was a boss on this, but since I completed the game, it's not on here. What I liked about this one better than Dark Side is, well, it just looks prettier, and it's very fun to travel on. Other than that, it's very small and very boring. At number 15, I have Darker Side. This level, I guess, thingy starts off with you going to like a concert or something on the moon. Like, seriously, why would you have a concert on the moon? That makes no sense at all. I guess a celebration. Where your goal is to basically get to this ginormous pillar thing in the distance. And to get there, you need to go for this pipe and complete this super long level. Now, since I didn't want to play through this entire level, I didn't. But, yeah, it's just so long. And once again, like the other kingdoms on this list that I've mentioned so far, it's boring because you only go there to get moons. And this kingdom's basically like one giant level. Now, it is fun to time yourself, but other than that, most of the time you just don't want to come back to this. At number 14, I got Ruined Kingdom. Another boss level. Now, the thing that puts this on top of the other ones is the fact that it just looks cool with the aesthetic. Like, it's kind of like a Castlevania theme. And also the dragon, which was a boss before, but I beat it. Kind of looks like Spyro the Dragon. And once again, it's small and not really worth coming back to. At number 13, I have Snow Kingdom. Now, at first, when you land here, it's kind of like boring. All there is just icy water around. What I do like about this kingdom is the fact that all the characters are cold. Like, they're shaking and stuff. It really adds. But yeah, there's not really much to do on this kingdom. But then when you fall down, you go into this like village full of Yeti thingies that are like curled. I don't know how to explain it. And what's even better is that you can have a race. Like, it's a really fun race. You just bounce across the track. Because I just feel like there's not much to do besides the race. And I feel like it's a very bland kingdom. At number 12, I got Lunchenon Kingdom. This kingdom's very interesting because almost all the enemies are food themed. Like, for example, the Fire Bros have chef hats. I also like all the creative ways they implement food stuff. Like, for example, on top of the mountain, there's a pot. And I also like how there's a town center. It's really cool seeing all these characters. My only issues are I don't really like the color scheme on it, and the layout's kind of just awkward, but overall a fun kingdom. At number 11, I got the Light Kingdom. This is a very beautiful kingdom, but I feel like the biggest problem with it for me is the fact that it's kind of like in a tight space. There's not really much room, but I really do like all the aesthetics in it, like the little underwater dome thingy and the water mechanics. And also I just feel like that there's not much to do, but overall a beautiful kingdom. At number 10, I have Wooden Kingdom. This kingdom is really cool just because it's kind of like a forest themed and there's all like cool aesthetics to it, like different sections. And I also like how we're like covered in one dome. And if you fall down, you go to the dark forest where everything is dark. And you can also capture a T-Rex, but that's pretty difficult. My biggest problem with this kingdom is the fact that not many sections are really that memorable. Like, since it's so big, it can't really capture me in with their sections. And I think that's the biggest problem with it. At number 9, I got Cascade Kingdom. This kingdom is basically kind of like this waterfall place, or a place kind of where the dinosaurs went extinct. And you can actually be a dinosaur, and it's actually easy. I like the cool waterfall, but what I don't like is that there's not much to do. Like, Like, come on. You couldn't have added, like, something more interesting? Yeah, I get this is like the second kingdom, but there's just not much to do. At number 8, I have Cap Kingdom. I like this kingdom because everything's made of caps. I really like the aesthetic. Now, what puts this higher than Cascade Kingdom for me is it just looks cooler and I feel like there's more to do. Like, it's always cool just climbing the cap. Now, look, I know this is the first kingdom, but I feel like it's small. But it is the best kingdom that is small. Well, second best. At number 7, I have Bowser's Kingdom. The aesthetic in this is really cool because it's kind of based off like Japanese culture. And I like how you're kind of going up like this layout and these different sections through like wire lines, I think. And it's also satisfying when you jump off. Oh yeah. What I don't like is that it just feels like there's not like one big thing to really draw me in. Like, it's cool to have different sections of stuff, but it just doesn't feel like there's like a big attraction to draw me in. At number 6, I have Seaside Kingdom. This kingdom is very beautiful. I like how there's like a volleyball game and you can play like volleyball there. I like kind of like the lighthouse and like the middle pillar. And you can also be this weird blue glob thing. I don't really know how to describe it. My only problem is that it just feels like that it's kind of lacking on main ground. Like, it just feels like that the water takes up most of it and there's like barely any ground for some fun. And I also kind of feel like it's a generic kingdom just because it's beach themed, but I don't know. At number 5, I got Lost Kingdom. This kingdom was very interesting just because it's kind of like a actual lost kingdom with kind of like purple water and poisonous water and some really cool enemies and some cool heights. There's also this character called Glydon, which you can fly around the map with. Now look, I know it's a video game, but come on, this is a lost kingdom out in the middle of nowhere and you're telling me there's a shop and signs? This just doesn't make sense. 4. Moon Kingdom. This is a cool kingdom because there's like an anti-gravity feature so you can like jump higher than usual. Now, if you miss your typical lava world, the lava world is inside the moon. That's just some top-notch stuff. And I also really like the palace. Now, once again, call me weird, but I do not like the layout of this. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, the palace is at the like top thingy, then there's like lava underneath it, and also it just feels weird because you can see moon craters all the way on the distance, but it's not connected. I don't know, I've never liked that. At number 3, I got Sand Kingdom. I like this kingdom just because it's kind of like a desert but with cool attractions. Like, there's this little city, and there's also this tower, and an upside down pyramid. Now, my biggest problem with it isn't really like the layout or anything. It's kind of like what there is to do. It just feels like a lot of the areas is just sand. And it's not really that interesting. At number 2, I got Mushroom Kingdom. I love this kingdom. It's so cool. Especially if you play Super Mario 64, you can basically go into the castle area and the hub area of Super Mario 64, the game. And you can also be Yoshi, which is pretty cool. And what I really like about this kingdom is the fact there's these like little areas that kind of like mesh with ground and like trees and stuff. It's pretty cool. And if you want to replay bosses, you can. And my favorite thing about it is that there's grass. And number 1 is Metro Kingdom. What did you expect? Some of my favorite things about this kingdom is that you can like jump rope and you can also drive a car, which is pretty cool. Wow, that took a while to make. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my list, and bye.